Boo and welcome to Nature Talks. Well, today I'll be sharing with you guys how to achieve a proper OWANBE look, how to look this fab, how to look this glam, how to go to a party and go below, thunder. So guys, I'll be sharing with you guys how to achieve this amazing, fabulous look, a go-to for your OWANBE party. Now, don't say there's a lockdown, there's no OWANBE. This is the right time in here to learn how to, look glam, because by the time the whole coronavirus thing is over, we're going to be going out there partying hard, going for parties, going for OWANBEs, going for events, going for everything. So now is the time to put your head down and learn all you can while you can. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing with you guys how to achieve this glamorous look. All courtesy to TMB Glamwood. Yeah. Alright guys, to start with, I always love to wipe my face. Like, do not underestimate the spirit, if I do say so myself, the spirit of wiping your face. So please wipe your face. So yeah, I already did my edges, so I think by at this point I would be tying my edge. You don't want to ruin your edges, you know what I'm talking about, because after the whole party thingy, when you're wearing your hair, you want it to look like, yeah, I just arrived. So I'm going to be tying this tight. So guys, I'm going to wipe my face again and wipe my neck area. It's always very important to also wipe your neck area. So whatever you're doing on your face, you just sort of like try to extend it down. And also I already did my natural lashes. If you can see it. My natural lashes. So I'm not going to be fixing lashes in this thing. I just hope it looks good. I know it will look good. It already looks good. So to start with, I would be applying my Pre-Plus primer. So you just want to take this all over your face and also your neck area, like I just did. It's very important. So you let it settle in a bit. So I love to mix my foundation. So I'll be getting a lighter shade of my foundation. So basically it's to make sure, it's very important to get your skin tone right when you're doing your makeup, because sometimes it's almost very difficult to get my own shade, and I try as much as possible to make it a little bit toned up with my skin area. So if your face is light, and your body is a little bit dark, you just want to like get something in between to make it warm and all natural, so you don't look like Bolly. So I have my foundation. I'll just get a little brush to mix it in. So for my foundation, I'm doing it. I always use a 24 hours long wear foundation, and I would advise to use a matte product foundation. Using a matte product foundation enables you to get rid of breakouts, so you won't be having issues with breakouts. So there are a lot of products that are matte products. So right now I'm blending my foundation in to my skin. And basically, if you have like spots all over, you could actually use a darker concealer to conceal the area first, to ensure that the spots are gone. Otherwise, if you have a good foundation, just make sure to apply it in, then all the spots are covered up. So like I said earlier on, you just have to bring your foundation down below so you can get an even tone. So it depends on what you're wearing. So if you're wearing a turtleneck, there's no need basically to apply foundations on your chest, but if you're wearing like an off-shoulder kind of dress, it's important to bring it down and also tune it to make it equal. So at this point, I would like to say I look pink. What do you think? My skin flawless? Flawless. see what I'm saying? Don't get so excited. So at this point, the next thing to do is to go back to my brush. So I'm going to, you know, brush into my eyebrows to see the natural shape. You know, it's always important to try as much as possible to go with your eyebrows, the shape of your eyebrow, so that way, even if you're without makeup, you look almost the same or same. But for makeup, for me, I feel makeup express yourself, like look fab, look good. If you're going for Halloween, look Halloweenish. You know what I mean? So I'm using a dark shade eye pencil, and I'll be running it in. I'm following the shape of my eyebrow. So I'm going to do the same thing over here, my eyebrow. So I'm giving myself a little bit of an upper end, just like the axe shape, because I just don't want my brows sleeping natural, even when I carve my brows, or if I didn't get it right, I must draw it right. Next, I'm going to also blend it in to get rid of the sharp ends from the pencil, and then I brush the beginning part upwards to get the stroke, because today I think I want to make the stroke really pronounced. So this is what my brows look like at the moment. So next, you want to get a lighter shade concealer for the under part of your eyebrows, just to clean. So I'm getting a lighter color, right? So this is basically me saying in this video, use your products and know what works for you. So basically use a lighter shade for your concealer. So I'm going to get a slimmer brush, just a slim brush like this, to apply underneath my brows. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other brow. So at this point, you basically want to blend it in, like blend in what you've done. So for the product I'm using, the moment I apply it, it always gets dry, so I'm just going to blend it in. So I'm blending to remove the harsh lines. So at this point, you want to get a darker shade of your foundation, not so dark, or you can even use the color of your foundation. Actually, you can use the color of your foundation to, you know, achieve the look. So to clean the upper part of my brow, I'm using a darker foundation. So, and next, don't forget to blend. So that not being said, I'm going to go back to my eye pencil to get out the line back. So just the strokes. So this is basically what your brows should look like when you're done doing your brows right. So next, I'm going to be using my honey brown eyeshadow. So just to coat the upper part of my eyebrow. So I'm going to take it in, just basically defining the look. So after doing this, you would want to use your eyeshadow primer. So it's always important to use an eyeshadow primer because it helps your eyeshadow stay fit. You just make it stay put. Like make it stay put to wherever or however you want it to be. So I'm going to be applying my primer. And this primer is really thick. just need to take your time to blend it in. If you're comfortable with your finger, you could just help yourself to like blend it in with your fingers. I love to use my fingers most times. So then I'll just go on my brush again to spread it in. So it's not all gathering at one point, because what that does is that area is going to be darker than, it's going to absorb the shadows more than the others. So I'll try as much as possible to spread it in. And then I'll do the same thing over here. So there you go. This my primer is really stubborn. Like when it gets dry, it's almost difficult to use. Alright, so next I want to do my shadows. I remember I told you it's going to be like an OWANBE party look. So when you go and look like you came to see the party. So your shadow has to speak for you. But mind you, there are two ways to do an OWANBE look. You can get like a toned down eyeshadow and a very shouting lipstick, or you get a very shouting eyeshadow and get a toned down lipstick, or you do both. But doing both, you just have to be very careful. So today I'm going to get like the shouting eyeshadow look. Let me see. I always love to, like I said, for me my makeup's always like the mold, and you know. So I'm going to do something shouting. So for my shadow, I'm going to be using this peach, and then I'm going to be using the custard yellow, and then I'll be using this royal blue. So we'll see what it looks like. I've not tried this before, but like I said, you just have to be creative. So right now I'm applying the peach at the edge area of my shadow. Like I said, we came to see the party. So when you're coming to see the party, you have to look it. It's almost like every time I apply my makeup, I'm always with my wipes at the side, because I love to clean my brushes. Like I just love to clean it on the go. Because sometimes I can be like a one brush person, like even though like the brushes are plenty here. So at this point I think the peach is good to go. I'll be going in with the yellow at this point, with the custard yellow. And yeah, for those of you who usually fix your lashes first before you apply your shadow, it's always important to clean them afterwards. Like after applying your shadow, I'll be showing you guys how to do that eventually. Otherwise, because when you close your eyes, you're going to be having one dark, one bright, you have your shadows sprinkled all over the place, and that's actually very disastrous. Like it's a no-no for makeup. So yeah, at this point I think I can close my eyes and, you know, give you a chance. I'll be going with my royal blue. So let's see what this does. So this is me just testing basically. So this is testing. So we're applying testing, and you know, to let you know your shadows, you can get it right as well. So this blue is coming out greenish. So I think I'm going to use a different shade. So I'll be going with this shade of blue, because I want it blue and not green. Yeah, I think we're there. We're almost there. Like I said, there's no fast way to do your shadows. Basically mold and creativity. You just have to be creative when applying these. So now I look like a fairy butterfly. Oh my goodness. So I'm going back to my honey brown shadow that I used initially to, you know, tune down the edge of the shadow, just to make sure it sinks rightly. Then I'll be going with this brownish red color. So I'll just stick this brownish color upwards. This is too much! But not to worry. Like I said, just like makeup is an art. So just like every mistake, there's no mistake in makeup. Actually, I don't ever say there's a mistake in makeup. You can just tune it right. You can always tune it right. Always. Like no matter what. You can always tune it right. So even for this, I feel this can also be like a Halloween kind of makeup. Then you can also use it for an OWANBE, because when you're done, you blink very well at this side. You now blink like this side. You now carry your gilly and your native attire and be rocking it on the dance floor. You are the center of attraction. Already, so this is it. So I'll be going in to blend this to a little bit. I'll be blending it a little bit out, so it's not so much, but it has to be an OWANBE thing, so we may as well keep it such. So I'll take a little bit of a black color and touch the edge. So wow, that's a lot of colors, you know. And touch the edge too. So after which, I'm going to be blending my shadow, the edge of my shadow, and blend it out. So you take away the sharp edge, any sharp mark. So you blend it all out. You blend it all out. Then you blend it all out, so you don't have any sharp lines. So at this point, this is what your shadows should look like. But don't be worried, like I said, if you have your shadow staining your lashes, like let your wipes be your best friend. Or you can also use your mascara actually to like clean it up. So I'm just going to be gently picking my lashes to clean it. So the next to go from here is to apply your eyeliner. So, and I will always advise you to use a gel eyeliner. I feel gel liners are always like very dark and all of that. So I just go a dark pencil, or dark PS pencil actually. So I want to try this out. I just want to see how dark it is. Oh wow, it's quite dark. So I feel this did it for me. So next I'm going to be using my mascara just to highlighting my eyelashes. So you can use a 3D eye mascara. It always comes out right. So at this point, you're done with your shadows and your lashes. You may want to clean the falling shadows from your face. Now sometimes we're tempted to dust it like this. And when you dust it like this, you just like spread the shadows. So either you use a tape to take it out, or at this point, you have to go back to your concealer. So now it's contour time. So just apply your contour, your lighter shade actually, the lighter shade contour. Apply it a little bit on your nose area. Good. So I'm going to be using my blending brush to dab it in, basically to blend it in. So at this point, this is you doing the. So we're going to go to the darker, concealer, and yeah, you just get the bottom of your brush and touch it a little bit into your nose area. Touch it in. So I don't like to waste my product. I'm just going to put it back in. So I'll get my blending brush also. So to blend the inner area, I'm going to get a little blending brush, this, and blend my nose area. Now, to apply, I'll be using a lighter shade concealer, the soft shade, to go in here. I really am not a fan of the setting powder because I feel it makes me so dramatic, and I like to let my skin tone be natural as possible. That's not to say I can't use the banana powder. I can use the setting powder too, but I feel this is what have worked for me. over time. So I love to stick to it. So you just basically apply the lighter contour powder where you had the lighter contour on it, on your face area. So I'm going to be doing this. I'll be going for this darker contour to do my face, and that is shadowy. I'll be using the shadowy contour on my cheekbone. Now with contour, you can either make your face slimmer. I feel I have a chubby face, so I like to go a little bit overboard in my shadowy contour powder, just so my face turns a little slimmer. And at this point, I'll be using my blush, just a little bit. And I'll blend it in. I'll blend it in a little bit more, and I'll blend it in. You blend it in with a smile usually, if I do say so myself. Just a little bit of the blush, and the blush at this point can tone down your contour as well. And I'm trying to blend out the harsh lines too consciously. And now for my nose area, I would be using Shadow Esther, so to blend my nose area, to contour it down, to give it a more defined shape. So yeah, I don't want it so dramatic anyways, but then you achieve the small nose thingy. Just a slim and a pointed nose. So next, at this point, I would always go for my bronzer, and I always use a bronzer dust. Smile and apply. And I'll get a bigger brush to take away the harsh lines. So this is me taking it away with a smile as well. So take it away. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the point you start looking like $1 million box. If you know what I mean, if I do say so myself. Oh my god. So what's next? At this point, let me see what you do. Don't forget your nose area. Do not forget to apply a little bronzer on your nose area. So applying the bronzer, and of course you also try and blend it out. You also blend it out. Yeah. So this is what you should look like. Oh my god. Now for my under eye, I feel I have so many colors playing in here already, and I really don't want to go with the black. I want it to be a dull look, so I'm going to be using this white shade to run underneath my eye. So yeah, just gently, you have to like put it in gently in so it doesn't get into your eyes or spill out. So if you have a white pencil, yeah, you could also use a white pencil. So this just makes it a little bit more dramatic. So I'm going to go to my mascara just to define the lashes below. So, do you feel this is too dramatic? I feel this is like a goddess look. So guys, this is basically how you're meant to look after doing every step-by-step approach to which I just showed you. So don't go to parties looking like, oh my goodness, who is that? Now go to the party looking like, oh my goodness, who is that? You know what I'm talking about? So basically you're going to like steal the shade and be the talk of the party. So you don't want to go looking like whatever. You're going looking like you're all popping. So if you want to pop, you know what I'm talking about? Follow me on Instagram at Nataberry, and also follow at TMB Glam World. Like follow at TMB Glam World to know how to look, you know, gang, to go and book for your whole looks and to book for your hair, your dress, or whatever it is. Like, come on, you want to look this good. You want to look like $1 million box in a good budget. Like TMB Glam World is your go-to, like it's your go-to area. So just check TMB Glam World out, and you know, go below, thunder.